Hi, this is my final reflection for Ed 500 by Anu Ghosh. Before I became a teacher, I knew it would be a fulfilling and rewarding career, although challenging. But I was full of fire, I had zest, and I was ready to make a difference. Growing up in India, teachers were forced into a one size fits all approach to dealing with students, simply because of the sheer number of students and lack of teaching resources. However, given the diverse population in today's classrooms that we are seeing, I soon learned that a different approach was needed. Since joining the ranks of special education teachers, I have learned that differentiation is the answer. It is crucial to the learning and success of all students, and even more so to the children that I service, those with special needs. As a special education teacher, I have learned that differentiation is not always about creating different tasks, but providing different levels of support to help these students with varying abilities reach that same goal as their typical peers, like offering materials in various formats or providing visual aids or using interactive tools so that all students can feel successful. But that's not all that I have learned in my 10 years as teacher. Well meaning colleagues have advised me to be flexible in my teaching philosophy, and I am starting to realize how much flexibility is required of teachers. A well designed lesson plan may work great one day, not so well on another day. And I learned rather quickly that being prepared to adjust my activities or approach is critical to providing students with what they need, even if it doesn't match my original plan. And that was a hard lesson to learn. I have started to use different teaching methods to keep my students engaged, quite like the juggler. I've become more flexible with my goals and expectations of each unit and each class, giving myself grace if goals aren't met on my original schedule. Over my 10 years as a teacher, becoming more open to adjusting my teaching approach as I learn more about each year's students and their needs, and have helped me foster an inviting, safe, engaging learning environment for all my students. Flexibility and adaptability are key. Reaffirmation of one's beliefs is a good thing. Once in the classroom, I quickly realized that I positively impact my students' lives every day. This is why I became a teacher in the first place. This was my zest, my fire. And reaffirming this belief has given me hope and comfort on the most stressful of my days. Over the years, I've learned that a belief in myself and my ability to make a difference, even if it's the smallest one, a smile, a hug, a cheery good morning, fostering a lifelong love of learning in my students, providing them with that willing ear, is how I'm making a difference beyond the classroom instruction. Knowing that my dedication to teaching could one day shape future leaders and change makers fills me with pride. And I get the most joy when I just help them reach that potential, no matter how big or small that might be. It reaffirms my conviction that teachers matter. It is a life altering career and validates my choice in becoming one. This brings me to a surprise element that I've learned on this journey, on my teacher journey. I've realized that I don't need to be everybody's friend in order to be a good teacher, and that's okay. My job is to educate and support my students, not to win popularity contests. It was a lesson I learned the hard way. Setting clear expectations and maintaining open and effective communication with students, parents, and colleagues alike helps avoid misunderstandings, which I learned after not setting clear boundaries and seeing them affect my health, my family life, and my stress levels. I've also learned that balance is crucial. It is that key ingredient that help teachers survive this very demanding career. Juggling lesson plans, grading, project design, execution, IEP, goal monitoring for special education teachers like myself, administrative demands, all can be so overwhelming. My strategy now involves breaking all that is expected of me down into manageable portions, allowing me to be the best teacher I can be for my students and managing the stress levels, and it's better for my mental well-being. And now I realize that it's okay to take a breath, to concentrate on just one or two of those items on my to-do list instead of trying to do everything simultaneously, which I had been trying to for the last 10 years. Focusing on a subset of things and getting them done has made it easier to celebrate the wins, no matter how small they are. It helps center me, boost my confidence, motivation, serve as a good reminder that things will get better and when I'm feeling overwhelmed. Finally, teaching has taught me about my strengths and weaknesses as a professional and as a person. It has taught me that working collaboratively with colleagues is much more productive and effective than trying to do this job alone. That is an impossible task. I had to learn to delegate, share the burden. It's also forced me to face what I need to work on, such as avoiding confrontation, something I'm not very good at, and celebrate what comes naturally to me, like coming up with creative and engaging lesson plans. Finally, I know that we must, with intention, show our students every day that we value them, that they matter, both inside and outside of the classrooms. I'm always asking myself, what message am I sending my kids based on my daily choices? Are they consistent with what I say and what I value? Doing this will help me create this positive, safe, inclusive environment that I really strive to as a teacher. It's not easy, and I have to work on this. But I still have so much to learn on my lifelong journey as a teacher. But I still every day get up excited to go into my classroom to do my job. I still have that fire, that zest. And with that, I thank you for listening to me.